Alright, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In today's episode, we'll be continuing on with the previous episode, and I'll be showing you how to run the data generation for the tags and the loop tables and for the lang. So let's get started. As we done in prior videos, we'll be using data generation, which will generate our JSON first. So you can just overclose these. You can close over these. So if you want to head over to your recipe, your data folder, and in here you want to create a new package. This package will be called tags, and in tags you're going to have two classes, one for the blocks, one for the items. Well, let's just create our block one first. In our block one, we're going to call this mod block tags provider. This is where we're going to house all the tag generation for our block tags as implied by the name. So you want to first of all extend block tags provider, and this will tell you you're gonna need to implement a method. So just head over and implement that method, implement method, and as well you're gonna need a constructor. So just create the constructor matching super. So you can just get rid of one thing you can get rid of is the mod ID, because we can just set it on mod ID. So that will be tutorial mod dot mod ID. Okay, so once we've done that, we can now just get going with our block tags. So in the block tags folder, this is where you'll also be registering the tags for the tools you'll be using to mine your blocks. So let's first of all create the tag generation for our ores. So tag, in here we're gonna do tag, and then you're gonna do tags init, and this is going to be calling the blocks tags init, and we're gonna call our one second. We need to do public static. Oops, one second. Public static. Yep. We just want to head over and just make all of them public static, because currently they cannot be accessed by other classes. Public static. That means they can be accessed at runtime. Public static. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can actually call the item now. So we're gonna start off with our ores. So just do ore example, and in here we're gonna add the block that's associated with that tag. So we're gonna do add, and in here we're gonna do blocks init, and in here we're just gonna do example order get. Now we'll do the same for our deep slate, and we'll do the same for our storage block. Alright, so now once we've done that, we also want to add the tags allowing the mining of blocks of the ores. This is yes, is applicable to ores. So you want to do is also as blocks. You want to do tag. In here you want to do block tags. Block tags. This is my block tags, and you want to do mineable with pickaxe. This means that all the blocks that are mineable pickaxe will be added here. So we can make this where it's, for every block we create in our block tag block init class, it'll do automatically. But for the sake of this tutorial, since everything is going to be small, a lower capacity is not needed. But I will create a separate video on that later on, probably after the end of the series, on how to automate everything. So let's just stick with the basics for now. So we're gonna do here add. We're just gonna do here add. Add, and in here we're going to do our block. So we're gonna do block in the example or deep slate or, and as well we want to do our all our blocks, example block dot get. And now once we've done that, we also want to specify which ones need iron tools, which one needs certain tools. So if we just head over here and do tag, and then in the block tags you want to do block tags dot iron needs iron tools. So for all our blocks, we're just gonna need iron tools. But one thing to note is for the block tags, if you type in gold, you can't see there's none available for gold tools or wood tools as well. So if you want to add those, what you will need to do is create your own custom create forge tag. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So for example, so in order to create a forge tag, you will want to call the method create forge tag. So let's just create one for gold. So tag key in here, you just want to say tag key here, block, oh, 1 second, block, and then we're gonna call these gold tags equal create. Just ignore that the method doesn't exist. Just create forge tags, and in here we're just going to do not this. We're gonna do forge underscore, semicolon, and in here we're gonna do needs underscore gold underscore tools, and we're gonna do this the same for netherite. Netherite tools. So block netherite tags, and in the same we're gonna do for the wood. So tag key block, and then just gonna do wood tags. So let's just spell it, check if I spelled netherite correctly. Netherite, or that's spelled correctly. So now we're gonna create the method for it. That's gonna be create a forge tag like this as follows. So that's gonna be get block tag, create it, and we're just gonna get this here. I'm gonna call a new instance of the resource location, and then you can just apply these to here. Instead of having block tags, you can have gold tags instead, if you wish. If you want to make it why you need those blocks, you need those tools instead of iron or of diamond, for example. So we're just gonna comment these off because they're not really required in this tutorial, but just for general purpose knowledge. Okay, so now we've done our mod block tag provider. We can head over to our data gen and we can add it to our run. So add provider, run new mod block tag provider, and now we're gonna create one for the item tags provider. So in here we're gonna create one called a new class called mod item tags provider, and in here you want to extend item tags provider, and as similarly to the mod block one, you're gonna ask you to implement a method, and in here you're gonna have a constructor matching super. So let's just implement the one that's not deprecated. So yep, it's going to be this one. So that's going to be pack output existing file helper. So you can get rid of the mod ID here, and that's going to be tutorial mod dot mod ID. And for the block, we can get rid of this one as well. And in here we're going to do ask for block tags. Block. Instead of that one, you're gonna do plug tags provider. In here we're gonna do plug tags provider, just semicolon here, and you're gonna do here dot, and you want to get content gets it. Okay, so once we've done that, we can get ready to go on. So in our add tags folder, now we're going to also, as similarly to when we did the block tags in it and the item tags in, we're going to do add the O's as well. So you want to do here copy, and in here you want to do tags init dot block tags init dot or example, and the other one will be the item tags in it, and this is going to do the same for the deep slate O, and as well as the storage. Alright, so now we've done that, we can now add it for our ingots and our raw ore. So ingots, you're going to do, let's just say ingots, and in here you're going to do tag. This is going to be our item example, and similarly how you did it for you added the actual block, we're going to add the actual one second, let's fix this. We're going to add here the actual item. So you're going to do item init dot, and in here you're going to do the actual example ingot, and then instead of add tag you're just going to do add, and in here you're going to do example item, and in here also item, and for the scraps we're going to do the same thing similarly. Okay, so now we've done that with our mod items provider. you can head over and add that as well to our generator.provider. So we just want to just clean that up for a second when registering with our datagen. So when you're adding the item data provider, usually you're gonna have your output event or lookup, but for the block tag, what you want to do is you want to do something. You just want to do this here quickly. So you're gonna do mod block tag provider mod block tag provider equals new mod block tag provider, and in here you want to have your generator, your existing file helper, and as well as your lookup. So what is the issue here? Mod block. Oh, I need the pack output. Sorry. Just do output instead. And in here, the next one, lookup provider. Okay, just a mix up. No, yep. Okay, just okay, and you want to have it here. And now just get this one here and put it down here. And instead of actually calling it a new instance of that block, just put it here. And in here you want to add a comma, and now we can successfully generate it. But before we do, we want to head over to our lang file, and we want to add the all we just made. So you're gonna do here, so add blocks in here, do block init, and in here you're going to have example or the name of example, or that's all you want to do for deep slate. And we're going to add our raw item. So in your add item init dot example dot raw example, and this we're just going to call it raw example scrap. You can call it whatever you want, there's no naming criteria. And one second, just we call it raw example, so just call it raw example. And one more thing we want to do is head over to our texture mod block. You want to add the resource location for O, so you just do normal block example one as well as the deep slate. And for the item, we want to add our new item, so you just want to pull this up here and just do example items or example. So that's it. We're pretty much done for today's tutorial. We just need to now run our data generation. So just run data and let it generate, and I'll meet you once our data has generated. Alright, so when you're running your data generation, you might get an error. That's because we haven't added the loot table for the O's. So what you want to do is head over to your mod block loot tables, and if you don't have it, just create it, and you want to just add these two here. This will basically say that for the example O, we're going to create an O drop. When it's mined, we'll get raw example, and similarly for deep slate, it'll give us a raw example, and the raw example can then be mined to give us our O's that can be used to craft stuff. So you want to head over here into data. You can see we've got our forge, our example O, and as well we have got our tags for here. And similarly, we've got them for example, ingot, etc. What these tags can then be used, it can be used in recipes, etc. But I'll show you how to do that later on in a separate tutorial. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you had a great time. See you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum and peace out.